Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brandon Taylor. Amber is off. A spring fire at a Mount Horeb Inn displaced more than a dozen people, and it's now being investigated as an arson. The April fire at the Karakahl Country Inn caused more than $200,000 in damage. Tony Galley reports on the suspected crime.
Before fire caused caution tape to be put up at this inn in Mount Horeb, authorities say 16 guests were gone even before firefighters went room to room.
They were all either out already and away from the building for the day, or they were able to get themselves out. We did assist the police department in rescuing some pets.
And now court records show police searched the property on the suspicion of arson. Records show they seized the timing device controlling the property's motion detection lights. That's important because the records say in the 32 days before the fire here, those lights went off in the morning and on in the early evening at precisely the same time. But on the day of the fire, there were no lights on in the pre-dawn hours when they should have been. And records state a 42-year-old guest was on surveillance cameras on the grounds in that darkness and then entering a room. That afternoon, fire officials were able to find the former locker room where the blaze started.
There were some small flames in there, but it looked like the fire had been burning for quite some time.
This inn remains closed as this investigation goes on. Tony Galley, 27 News.
This suspected arson fire is being investigated by the State Fire Marshal's Office and Mount Horeb Police. Mount Horeb Fire personnel are not involved, but did determine the fire started in a former pool locker room. The inn remains closed.